Why? Because she's having a vagina and not a penis. There are several reasons why a woman would not want to leave her toxic or abusive marriages. Now, do or die. When God said in the Bible that till death do us apart, some women took it personally. I kid you not. So the first and the most common one is financial instability. I wonder why in the world that we are in now, people actually believe or accept that women should not have money or their personal money. Like women should not have a source of income. Women are not allowed to work. Women are not allowed to do anything that will bring them money. And yes, some women believe and have accepted not to work because their husband has stopped them from working or has stopped them from having a source of income. I cannot get my head around it why a sane person would be against a woman having her own money. Like, let's keep friendship, relationship, marriage, let us keep that one aside, because before marriage there is you as an individual, there is you as a human. So why would you say full-blown human or a full-blown individual should not have a source of income? Why? Because she's having a vagina and not a penis. Like, I cannot just understand it, and I don't want to understand why women should not be allowed to have their money. I am not of the opinion that women belong to the kitchen. Nah, I'm not of that opinion. I'm sorry if I disappoint you. I tell this to people that care to listen. If a man wants to finish you patapata in this dunya, in this life, if a man wants to render you useless in this life, the first thing he does is to cut you from your source of income. The first thing a man, an irresponsible or useless man, does when he wants to finish you, when he wants to render you useless in this life, is to take you away from your source of income. It's either he stops you from working or he indirectly frustrates your business until it fails. I am saying this because I have seen not one, not two, like I can't even count the number of men I know that stopped their wife from working because they wanted to finish the woman pata pata. The women that were smart, we understood the game and were smarter, outsmarted their husband, while the other women that weren't smart actually gave in to his request. And trust me, it never ends well. It never ends well. The next one is not having supportive relatives, family members, or friends. See, let me tell you, if a man knows you have a family that would always accept you back home, if a man is aware that your family is a supportive members or a supportive people to you, that if you just decide to do that, I am no longer interested in this marriage, I want to go back to my father's house, I want to go back to my mother's house, there are people there that would welcome you with open arms. Most men would not be misbehaving the way they do in marriages today. They would respect themselves because they know that, see, this woman you are toying around with, you are toying with her emotions. If she decides today that she's no longer interested in this marriage, there are people waiting to welcome her with open hands and make her become better in life, support her in her dreams, support her actions and everything she does. A woman who has supportive family would have that courage to leave her abusive or toxic marriage. So when that is lacking in her life, it will definitely be difficult for her to take that decision of leaving her husband or leaving a toxic spouse. Having where to fall back to, having shoulders to cry on, having people to lean on until you gain back your feet is an underrated thing you do not know you need until you find yourself in that situation that, wow. So if not for these people, I would not be able to live a toxic relationship It is so underrated in our lives. As much as we want to be independent, as much as our marriages should be independent, there should be no third party except in very serious cases. I still feel families and friends, some trusted families, family members and friends should be involved in your marriage, because you as an individual may be carried away to not know when your marriage has become toxic. It is a trusted and a family member that wants your good at heart that would bring your attention to it. The children. Women would always say, I don't want to leave my children behind. I don't want my children to grow in a broken home. I don't want to bring up my children alone as a single mom. I don't want to have different children for different men, or I don't want to have children for different men. I just feel all of these reasons are intertwined, in the sense that if you have your children, like, you shouldn't be bothered about having children for another man. If you are financially independent, you shouldn't be bothered leaving your children behind, or you shouldn't be bothered going with your children. It still boils down to the fact that a woman needs to be financially stable. Women should be encouraged to get empowered, whether business wise or whether job. Just make sure your wife, your mother, your sisters, your cousins, your nieces are all empowered in one way or the other, to avoid them staying back in toxic relationships. Women would say, I don't want to bring my children up in a broken home. Like, I want my children to have a father figure in their life, which is absolutely normal. It is entirely normal to feel that way and to want that for your children, forgetting the fact that this marriage you are fighting for, or you're fighting in, is a toxic one. So you staying back in a toxic marriage because you want your children to have a father figure in their life is exposing them to toxicity and subconsciously teaching them that tolerating toxicity or bad behaviors from your spouse is normal. So how do we stop that trend of getting married to a bad man and staying back, tolerating his excesses, tolerating his bad behaviors, when you cannot teach your children or take that action now to let your children know, okay, this is why I am leaving your father. I am not just leaving your father for living sake. I am leaving him for your own sake, for your own sanity. It will not be fair that I stay back in toxic marriage or toxic relationship for your sake, while or amidst teaching you to tolerate bad behaviors from your spouse. It could be from the husband or from the wife. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The next one is inferiority complex. Because tell me why. The next thing on your mind is, will I see a man, another man that will marry me? Like, tell me why you are planning or you have it in mind to leave your present spouse or your present husband. And the next thing in your mind is, will I see another man that will marry me with 3 children? How will I see a man that will marry me with 4 children? How will I see a man that will accept me with 5 children? Tell me why that is your next agenda. Tell me why you're not thinking about how to improve on yourself, how to improve on your spirituality. Tell me why you're not thinking about learning a new skills, or tell me why you're not thinking about how to improve your children's lives. Tell me why you're not thinking of how to expand your business or how to start a business. Tell me why you're not thinking of how to get better jobs. Tell me why you are not thinking about self-development. Why is it that the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about leaving your toxic husband or your toxic spouse is how to get another spouse or how to get another partner? Tell me, so how then do you want to change the narrative? How then do you want to break that chain that has already been created, leaving a toxic marriage and going into another one immediately when you are traumatized? Do you want to pour your aggression on an innocent person? How sure are you the person you're getting married to would be good if you don't study the person? The next and commonest one is fear. Women are scared of what people would say. Women are scared of the stigma that comes with being a divorcee. Women are scared of forfeiting or losing all the sacrifices she must have made in the marriage. Another woman coming to take over the house she was there or she stayed put while her husband was building. Women are scared of facing reality. Women are scared of facing the world. What would they meet outside? A woman that, while she was married, her husband has been the one doing all the things, all the financial aspects, like everything. He does it for her. Now imagine such kind of woman leaving that marriage, even though it is toxic and abusive. Imagine that kind of woman leaving that marriage, becoming independent, and now doing things for herself. It will definitely not be an easy one. It will definitely feel strange to her, and of course, difficult for her to adjust. So, all of those things are part of why women would rather remain in toxic, abusive marriages or relationship than to walk out of that marriage. And finally, we have those women that they just want to bear that title, Mrs. Burinsu, they should say they are married. That is just their booty. That is just their aim. That is just what they want. Any other thing does not matter. If you like, beat me, break my eye, break my teeth, remove my nose, I am still in this marriage because I want to be called a Mrs. Which is okay. Absolutely and utterly okay to want to be called a Mrs. So I feel these are just few reasons why women remain in toxic marriages or toxic relationships. I am still of the opinion, I strongly and I advocate that women should be empowered. When they say a woman needs a man in her life, yes, her dad, it could be her dad, it could be her brother, it could be her husband. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be her husband for her to get guidance or protection from a man. So I just feel we need to do better to this girl child, to women, to female children. We need to do better. If we do better, if we pay more attention to women, like think of how to improve the girl child, the mentality, the mindset, everything. A girl will be growing and you want to teach her how to cook. The next thing is maybe the day she over spice or over season the food, the next thing that will come out from your mouth is, if you get married, is this how you want to season food for your husband? Like, I don't get, before I get married, won't I have to season food for myself? Won't I have to season food for my friends? Why does it have to be husband? You ask someone, don't you like egusi? And I be like, no, I don't like egusi. The next thing is, what if your husband likes egusi? I don't understand. Okay, so me that does not like egusi, I'm not a human being. So we need to do better. We Everything about a woman, a girl child, or a female does not have to revolve around a male. A woman can actually be a woman, like she can actually live her complete life as a woman without a man, without a husband. Trying to make women feel they are not complete without men, I feel it is part of the reason why most women are still stuck in their marriages today. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment in the comment section, and see you in my next video. Bye.